Welcome to a very special episode of Respect the Drive. We're doing it on the road. So, thank you real quick to David at Renscott for letting me leave this car, my 911, at his shop for so long. It was supposed to be like 3 days and I left it there for like 3 weeks. The first time I ever went street racing, I was in high school. I met up with these kids that I worked with because they were a little older and had cooler cars than me. And by cooler cars, I mean that I was driving a Mark III Volkswagen Golf with 200,000 miles on it, and they were driving like a Cobalt SS, a standard Cobalt, and a Ford Focus SVT. That was actually a pretty big deal at the time. So one night they invite me to hang out with them. We go out to this parking lot near my house and we're all chilling, and they decide, you know what? We want to run the Cobalts. Let's have a battle royale of the Cobalts. So while this conversation is going on, a kid with a Mark IV Jetta decides, hey, I want to run these Cobalts too. Let's see what happens. I know, this is not a very exciting street race. These are not fast cars, but it was all we had. So I decided to get in this other car because I didn't really want to be in any of the street racer cars. I wanted to be in a chase car. So I jump into my friend's Mustang and we go out to the highway and they line up 3 wide. Cobalt, Cobalt SS, and Volkswagen Jetta. Yes, the race we've all been waiting for. It's nighttime, it's pitch black, there's nobody out there except for these 3 shitty cars lined up on the highway at 30 miles an hour, ready to run. I hear beep 1, beep 2, beep 3, and they're off. 4 seconds into this race, I see a car blast up the shoulder next to us from the Mustang, and it is a state police officer running his blues and twos. Yes, that's right. A cop watched them line up, set up, beep, and go. Like, basically the dumbest situation ever, because you cannot argue that you weren't street racing when the entire thing was blatantly set up and executed. At this point, the cop is unbelievably agile with his searchlight, and he's just going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on all of these cars. The Jetta runs, the Cobalts pull over, and in the Mustang behind him, in the chase car, we decide we're just gonna circle back and go to the parking lot where we started, because we're not pulling over to find out what just happened and admit our involvement in this situation. Mind you, I'm 16. I cannot afford to have any blemishes on my record at this time, and my parents would have killed me. We get back to the parking lot where we started, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait. There's no response. And keep in mind, we weren't using iPhones at this time. There was no such thing as an iPhone. We're on our little Kia Sarah things, hoping that someone's gonna call us and tell us what just happened. One by one, the Cobalts roll back in and they tell us that they got pulled over. The cop was really nice. He said the race was pathetic, so I'm giving you 80 mile per hour speeding tickets instead of street racing tickets, which would have resulted in license suspensions for both of those drivers, and possibly the passengers, because they were sometimes considered accountable, culpable, etc. This is when we find out that the kid in the Jetta who ran doesn't know what's going on yet. I know, it sounds like Jesse from Fast and the Furious. So Jetta kid runs, and this is when we find out from our other friends that he had just gotten his license back because he had been arrested for street racing and they suspended his license. Dumb kid, literally got it back the week before, and he's out there doing it again. A short while later, the kid in the Jetta pulls back in, and one of the guys who is in the Cobalt decides, I'm gonna play a joke on the Jetta kid, freak him out a little bit. We're standing right in front of his car, and he's like, yeah man, the cop, he's looking for you. He has your plate, and he's saying, yeah, he was on his radio reading it, and at this point, the kid is reading literally off the Jetta's license plate because the car's right in front of him. So he's making a somewhat believable case to a gullible kid. Oh shit. That's not a good accident. We kept the kid in the hot seat for a little while he panicked, wondering what he's gonna do, wondering when the cops are gonna find him, lose his license. He's wondering if these cops are gonna go to his parents' house where his license's address is located and look for him. I think we let him stew for about 30 minutes and then admitted to him that that cop was not looking for him, he was not caught, and nothing bad was gonna happen. So, all in all, pretty nice story of my first encounter street racing, and it kept me humble for a while. I was not out on the streets running cars after that because I saw firsthand what could happen. So, thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and if you would like the first Respect the Drive t-shirts long sleeve, go ahead and check out that link in the description. I'll see you in the next one. past a cop, and there's 3 of us in a line right now. 3 cars, all of which do not have valid inspections.